Today we're taking a look at an updated classic, the white on white Air Force One, but this time it's got the NOCTA treatment. This is the certified lover boy, or love you forever. Which one are you going to call it? What's up guys, bjkicks here. Welcome back to my channel Kicks on Kicks, where I review sneakers. And today we're taking a look at a pretty dope shoe brought to you by the boy, right? Drake, October's very own, has given us a Nike collaboration that is actually pretty dope. This is the white on white Air Force One. These were being called the certified lover boy. I think the official name for these are the love you forevers. But they're pretty dope. I mean, there's not a lot to say about this shoe, but I'm going to go ahead and give you a quick bottom-up overview because there are some differences between this and your standard pair of white-on-white Air Force Ones. We'll take a look at the packaging. I'll give you some legit checking points that you can look out for if you're trying to buy these on the open market. And then we're going to get up out of here. So let me go ahead and pull the other shoe out of this box and just kind of give you a quick rundown. So from the bottom up, bang. So the bottom is your standard Air Force One outsole. You already know, with the semicircles. This is just, when I see Air Force Ones, I think of my middle school years when Nelly was popping with Air Force Ones and all of a sudden everybody was wearing Air Force Ones. And if you didn't have a pair of all white Air Force Ones, we were wearing the mid tops a lot more back then. But the low tops, the high tops, doesn't even matter. If you didn't have a pair and if they weren't super fresh, maybe with the exception of the outsole, man, it was a tough day for you at school. But anyway, taking a look at these, you got your standard all-white outsole and your chunky midsole. And let's talk about the first difference between these and a standard pair of Air Force Ones. Right here on this midsole, you've got, in place of that AF1 or that Nike or that Air tag that you would normally get on the outside or the lateral side of the shoe, you got this nice cursive font that says "Love You Forever." Aw, Drake loves us. And then bringing that around to the medial side or the inside of the shoe, you've actually got the air that is supposed to be on the shoe that you would typically see on the outside. That's on the inside. And where you would normally have just like a plain old line that said nothing, you got that air on the medial side. I thought that was interesting. Now, moving on to the upper of the shoe. Oh, we'll talk about it in a second. Moving on to the upper shoe, you got this really nice sort of tumbled leather all over this shoe, all over the mudguard mid panel. This is all this super soft, really nice tumbled leather. And of course, it is all, coke white, as we would call it. So super dope. One thing I will note is that the shoestrings do not come laced. I actually wore these already. I put these on just to try them on to get some sizing and fit information for you. On the back heel tabs or ankle tabs, there's one thing that you'll notice is on your right shoe, you got your standard Nike Air logo. But on the left, you've got Drake's sort of NOCTA brand logo with the three, I don't know if they're stars. I don't know what we're calling these, but it's a pretty cool logo. I'm not usually a fan of them swapping out logos and stuff on the heel tabs, but this one's fine. It makes a good use of the space. It's a good looking logo. But anyway, on the inside of the shoe, on the insole, you've got this sort of bluish gray insole with your NOCTA logo as well as your Nike swoosh. And let's talk about some details, some more details to separate this shoe from your standard white Air Force One. First off, being the perforations on the toe box. Now, we all know what Air Force Ones look like. And you get like the typical Air Force One dots, right? But on this shoe, you've actually got different sized dots or perforations. So your holes are bigger, one row, and smaller the next row, and so on. And it gives a pretty cool, almost like a galaxy type effect. It's almost like looking down at stars. So that's really cool. Another thing that you're going to notice that's different between this shoe and your standard Air Force One is on the toe and heels. Typically on an Air Force One, you'd have stars. And on this shoe, you don't have stars, you actually have hearts. And I'll show you that on the close-up of the B-roll. Only Drake would find a place to put hearts on an Air Force One. But yeah, man, other than that, it's an Air Force One. And I mean, 9 out of 10 people that you see on the street are not going to notice that these are Drake Air Force Ones unless they're just staring really hard. And I like that. I think that's a nice, subtle collaboration. Now, let's take a quick look at the packaging, because this shoe does come with a special box. You got that same sort of baby blue all over the box. That's kind of the same color as the insole. I don't know how well it comes out on camera because this just looks straight up white with this big light shining on it. But you've also got a gold foil sort of branding that says "Love You Forever" with that same font that you got on the insole. So I thought that was nice. This is Air Force One Low SP or Special Edition, white, and cobalt tint. I guess that's that cobalt tint is the sort of sky blue that we got here. I got these in a size 9 because that's my true size, and I hadn't worn a pair of Air Force Ones in a minute. I should have known to go down half a size. I haven't worn a pair of Air Force Ones since I was in high school, and I used to go down half a size on those then. I thought maybe the sizing was different, but at least with these, on this secondary market, as we call it, mine did not run true to size. I would absolutely recommend going down a half size, especially if you're trying to pull off those looks where you kind of like loosely lace your shoes or leave them untied. You're not going to do that going true to size. So definitely go a half size down in these. Other than that, as far as legit checking points, I did show you the packaging. Packaging looks fine, but the legit shoes are going to come with a pack of beads, and you can actually like customize those beads with the letters of the alphabet, so you can kind of put them on your shoelaces or whatever. And that would be the other thing that lets people know that you're wearing a pair of Drake shoes. But other than that, there's not really a whole lot going on. You do have, instead of a mesh sock liner, it's leather. So that's one thing to note. But other than that, man, the shoe is the shoe. This shoe already released, so if you're trying to find it on regular retail markets, StockX is probably going to be the place to go. Other than that, my homies in the comments might be able to help you out. But until next time, this is the overview. Not a whole lot to say about a pair of all white Air Force Ones. I'll see you in another review soon. Peace.